good.
What is so exciting?
It's August. You know, it's here now. It's a little harder to get the juices flowing in January and February because it feels so far away. But now it's like it's here. It's right around the corner.
Is it easier to get the juices flowing knowing that there's potential for you to play and play a lot this season?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Every day for me is like a game day. It's a really competitive position. It's a really treacherous position we play in there in the trenches. And I have guys in my position that can really do it. So I know that every day I have to bring it because if not, I'll be forgotten.
What's the vibe in the room? I mean, you guys lost a lot of ends and tackles from last year, right? It seems like it's a whole new group of guys. I mean, does it feel we see Prove It all over the place? Does it feel like you guys have something to prove?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're not a D-line room where people are like, oh yeah, we have to go and worry about these guys. But for us, that's motivation. That's okay, bet. We gonna prove it. I mean, we take that to heart. Like, okay, y'all don't believe in us, outsiders looking in, cool. We know what we got in there. And as compared to last year, I mean, the energy is definitely different, but I love it. I feel like it's more upbeat, more positive, a lot more laughing, but not to the point where we're not focused on our work. I feel as though everybody's locked in to the point where we can have those little moments where we, bounce a joke off each other because we love each other at the end of the day.
Why do you think the vibe is different this year?
It's a great question. I would say I was probably a little different this year because, I mean, it's hard to look around it. We went 3-9 last year. You know what I mean? We know we have to have a different mentality because the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. So we know that we can't have the same mentality we had going into last year, going last camp. You know what I mean? We have to have a whole different vibe to us because we don't want to end up how, last year.
What type of energy are you trying to bring to that room?
Positive. I'm a juice guy, you know what I mean? Like every day, sometimes I'll come out and I'm yelling, I might sound a little belligerent, whatever the case may be, but that's just me getting myself and my teammates going because that's just who I am. Like I'm a loud guy. I'm trying to be more vocal. This is my second year and I'm trying to fit in those positions to whereas, the seniors are, of course, our main leaders, but, be able to be a good follower to the leader and say, okay, look, y'all heard what he said, let's go. Those sort of vibes right there.
What's that transition like going from you were a leader in high school, follower last year, and now you're kind of a more vocal follower this year? What's that transition been like for you?
It's humbling. It's definitely humbling because, like you said, in high school, like I was team captain.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm the speech guy. Like
right.
Before the game, like they come to me to give the speech. So
you gave a speech here.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So I just it's definitely a humbling experience, but I feel like it's helped me learn without having to just be thrown into the fire. I had a year to see, okay, what are the leaders doing right? What are the leaders not doing right? And how can I, when I step in a position, be a better leader than maybe what we had last year? Because all honesty, it starts with leadership. You know what I mean? So just, it's a humbling experience, but I loved it.
Well, let's follow up on that. What did you feel like last year's leaders did right and didn't do right?
It starts with the little things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It starts with, like I said, like in January, not enough probably vocal, hey, like if coach is up there talking and Coach Stack is describing something to us, there might be a little too much chatter, and you might look back and see a senior talking, and that sort of thing we can't have. Mm-hmm. Attention to detail, like people lining up on the line, behind the line. It sounds so small, but it's a game of inches. Little things like that really matter. They add up. So I just feel like we weren't, as a leadership group last year, we weren't focused enough on the little things, and we kind of just expected it to be another winning Narduzzi season. You know what I mean? Instead of having to go attack it every day.
Coach Narduzzi pointed at you as one of the standouts from the scrimmage this weekend. What were you trying to show out there at that scrimmage?
Honestly, I'm trying to earn trust. I'm trying to show that I know I'm doing exactly what I'm doing. I can do it at a high level over and over and over and over. Consistency is how I earn trust. Every day, I pride myself on not being a loaf guy. If y'all know what that means, a loaf, lack of finish, not running to the ball. So just little things like that, making sure I'm aligned right every play, making sure I do my job every single play so I can earn that trust to gain more playing time.
Desmond said you guys kind of brought a lot of blitzes that you hadn't done before. Were you guys bringing the pressure out on Saturday?
Yeah. They had got after us the practice before, so we kind of took that a little personal as a defense, and Bates loved the blitz, and he brought it out on Saturday, and I loved it. You know what I'm saying? Being the position I am, that makes my job a little easier too. If y'all worried about the linebackers coming, so yeah, but it was definitely exciting. It was a great scrimmage.
How's Coach Dow's challenged you so far this year? I know you came in, kind of like in the winter and has had to quickly adjust with you guys.
He's challenged me on and off the field. Believe it or not, this is not just like a media answer, but I was a little bit of I got too excited at times, I'll say, you know what I mean? And I'm ready to go. And he's kind of got me a little more, be able to control my emotions more on the field and lead the right way and not be a little loud and doing it the wrong way. So that's all the field. On the field, he's letting us just go. You know what I mean? There's not one bit of coaching I don't understand from him. It's clear, it's cut, and it's go. Go be physical. And I love it.
Tell us about the speech you gave this year. Has there been more than one?
I came up here. We have our leadership groups. So me personally, I take pride in that, talking in front of the whole team. Like, as a redshirt freshman, I don't get to do that very often. So I came up here and gave them everything I had for the leadership. We have the quiet times. Often I read out a quote and say what the quote means to me. But I take pride in that because a lot of places they don't do stuff like that. You know what I mean? There's not that personal. Well, quiet time and leadership groups, that stuff, yeah, it's relevant to football, but it's relevant to life as well. So I'm a guy, I can talk a little bit, you know what I mean? Like I cared about, I took public speaking, I took notes, and I try to do my best. So whenever I can talk, I try to give them my all.
Was it in front of the whole team?
Yeah, yes sir.
What have you seen from some of the young guys like Francis and Sincere?
I've seen phenomenal upside. Francis is voted for the freak, he's on that freak list, and I promise you that boy is a freak. Like, if y'all had the opportunity to really get eyes on that man in the weight room, like, he's different. And then I'll get to see him on the field and how he moves to be such a big guy. And Jawit as well. Jasir, I should say, he gets off the ball. He's hungry. And I just like his game because he reminds me like of myself, and the fact that every play he's getting off the ball, getting vertical, getting off the ball, getting vertical. So those guys have huge upsides, definitely.
Between you three you just mentioned and Sincere, is there like a cadre of like the young guys? Like, do you guys talk a lot? Because you came here last year, they're all getting here this year. There's got to be some camaraderie there.
Of course. We try not to be too like cliquey, like old and young. But yeah, like the young guys come to me because I was just in their shoes. So I'm a little more relatable than a 6-year senior who maybe didn't start his career off at Pitt. I came and was in your exact shoes. I early enrolled. I can give you some advice on that, give you some advice on schools, on camp. You know what I mean? So yeah, I try to stay in the young guys' ears because I know how frustrating it was to go from being a man in high school to being a man on the team and having to earn it again. You know what I mean? So I definitely try to stay in my young guys' ears.
What have Sean and Nakai been like as guys in the second? They're the guys that have been here.
So how you just said to me, Sincere, Jasir, and Francis, that's me to them. They're like all right, what can I do better? You know what I mean? What are you seeing? And I don't feel no malice or anything when I ask them like, hey, what's up? They're honest. Hey, this is it. That was a good rep. You know what I mean? It doesn't take much, but little stuff like that makes me feel great. Hearing things from Brandon George, you know what I mean? An older Mike linebacker, like, good job. That goes a long way for me. Like, I'm still trying to earn trust, and if I feel Mike can trust me, then I know like I'm ready to get out there and get going. So yeah, I mean it's the same sort of relationship I have with the guys a little younger than me.
What is the root of your shy personality? When did it first start to come out? Was it in high school? Was it younger than that? Your family like you?
Yeah, I really get it from my mom, to be honest. My mom is like, as crazy as it sounds, you might hear my mom before you see her. I love her to death, but that's just how she is, you know what I mean? She's loud, she's joking. So, I mean, it just kind of rubbed off on me because it's just me and my mom. So, like, I picked up a lot of her traits and a lot of her ways, and I'm very proud of that one, you know what I mean? That I can get up here and talk to y'all. I can get up here and I can talk to my whole team with coaches. It's something I definitely got passed down from my mother.
Make you feel like you're a better ball player because you're sort of an outgoing kind of guy?
I feel like it does help, but everybody doesn't need it. Because, I mean, we have a guy like Cruz Brookers or Rasheem Biles. You don't hear them a whole lot, but you see them. You don't have no choice but to see them boys flying around the field. Like, him and Cruz, like, they're not guys that you'll hear, and they're not outgoing per se, but their play, they show it in their play. But for me personally, I think, yes, it does help me. I mean, I'm in there and playing a position where you gotta be a little off, you know? You gotta be a little outgoing. You gotta be a little different to be in there in them trenches. So yeah, I think it helps me out a little bit.
Does anybody call you Isaiah, or is it always Ghost?
I pretty much get ghosts from everybody but my mom, you know? If I have a bad day in practice, Coach Narduzzi might just call me Isaiah just to, hey, lock in Isaiah, you know what I mean?
You know you're in trouble, right?
Yeah. So if I hear that, I pretty much know I'm in trouble. It's either my mom or Coach Narduzzi let me know, like, hey, get in there, lock in.
Where's it kind of been in the D-line rotation so far? Are you kind of like with the second group right behind Mekhi and Sean, or is it kind of jumbled everywhere?
Yeah, it's kind of been interchangeable. It's period by period. You know, Coach Dowse has been trying out a lot of different groups, different guys, see who works well together. But yeah, I'm 1.5, 2, I would say, somewhere in there. I'm definitely should be in the rotation this year as long as I keep doing what I'm supposed to do.
Where's your nickname come from?
Well, I told the story in my when I first early enrolled. I was a light-skinned kid, and I was playing on a team full of like darker kids, and it looked like I just had like a white sheet over me like a ghost. So they just started calling me Ghost. But my cooler answer, I just be telling people because I'm quick, something like that, you know. Just to keep it short, like I'm quick. So y'all can write whichever one you want. It worked for me.
Anything final? Ghost, thank you.